I built a business to $10,000 per month at 19, and it was this book that gave me the confidence to take a gap semester, start my first business, and get it to that goal within 6 months. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the top lessons I learned so you can take action in your own business today. Now, first off, I want to share with you the story of my gap semester in the beginning. 3 years ago, I was in my college apartment. I had just taken a temporary leave from UC Berkeley. I was studying computer science and electrical engineering. And bro, I was low key scared. Like, I had just taken a gap, right? So I was not going to school. I was worried that if I wasted these next 3 months, that I would look like a failure, that I would regress in life, whereas all my friends were, advancing in their courses, getting internships at top companies like Google, Amazon, and here I was trying to start this business idea that I didn't even know would succeed. And the thing I needed at that time was not more skills, more experience, but belief. And I promise you, this is one of the biggest limiting bottlenecks in your own entrepreneurship business and getting to your next level in your business. And it's your belief, it's your self image of yourself and your belief in yourself, your abilities, and your product. If you don't have those three things, the belief in yourself in terms of just who you are, you're enough to pursue entrepreneurship and make it, your abilities, meaning your skill set, the ability to learn and master different skills in entrepreneurship, such as sales, delivering your product, communication, client testimonials, and then even niche skills within that, like content creation on YouTube, Facebook ads, all these skills. If you don't have experience in these things, that's okay. But what you do need is belief at every step of the way. Even when you master these things, you're going to have new skills. And if you don't have the skill set of cultivating self belief and confidence, it's going to shoot you in the foot and you're inevitably going to quit at some place or get stuck at some place. So let's avoid that for you. And then the third thing is belief. We said your skill set, I mean, your abilities, you, and your product. If you don't even have conviction in your product, how is anyone else going to believe that what you're offering is going to change their business or their life? So if we need to cultivate these three things from the beginning, if you don't have them, it's going to be infinitely harder to succeed, and I can almost guarantee you'll fail. So let's prevent that and let's have you get the confidence from day zero. And just to reiterate, when my cousin showed me this book right when I started my gap semester, and I got so lucky because it gave me the confidence to really just go all in and show up with certainty every day. I started waking up knowing exactly what to do, having certainty that it would succeed. That's another thing you need in entrepreneurship. When everyone else thinks your idea is not going to work, that's why again you don't tell people it. You have conviction it will, and you work towards it, and you work towards that vision. And the truth is, no one's supposed to have conviction in you, bro. They don't know you. They don't know your abilities. They don't know. It's like investing into a stock you have no information on. You wouldn't do that. But you're investing into yourself because you know yourself. You know the information you have. You know the knowledge you have. You know the belief you're cultivating and the skill set you're cultivating. And that's enough for you to make progress. And once I learned the techniques I'm going to teach you in this book, bro, I started making stupid fast progress. I went from super insecure, doubtful on sales calls to closing 2K per month retainers with ease, knowing that I was the guy for the job and no one else. I started delivering results for my clients, getting them a 60x return on ad spend. Do you know how crazy that is, bro? My clients would put down $2,000 to $3,000 in a month, and I would make them 60,000 that month for a local business. This is not e-commerce ads. I would book them out 3 months in advance. I have testimonials for this. I don't say that to brag. I say that to say that this conviction, this confidence allowed me to get those things. So let's get into what you're actually going to implement today. I need you to understand two things. Your body and your mind are constantly into either two things: a success cycle or a sewer cycle. And I can almost promise you that whenever you're stagnating in business, whenever you feel stuck, whenever you have a setback or you let a mistake affect you, you are in the sewer cycle and it's only leading to more failure in your business. What is the sewer cycle? It's when you start with a destructive thought like, shoot, man, this sucks, or I don't want to do this, or I don't think this is going to work. Some negative prediction or vision about the future, the present, or the past. It works in many domains. You could have something bad that happened in the past, and you're dwelling on it, and you have thoughts on it and you're replaying it. It could be in the present when you're about to go on a call, do a presentation, record a video, and you tell yourself, "Fuck, man, I'm shit at this," or "I don't know if this is gonna go well," or "I don't really know," if you don't have belief in it in the moment. Or it could be about the future. Like at the beginning of my gap semester, I was predicting it would fail. Those thoughts That's the start of the cycle. Those things lead to negative emotions in your mind, such as despair, fear, anger, confusion. And then those emotions lead to a physical state. There's literally science to back this up. Those thoughts impact your emotions, those emotions impact your physical state where you have less blood flow. You have more tunnel vision, you don't have open peripheral vision, and other aspects of your body. Your stress increases, and all those things lead to a worse performance day to day in your business. You show up worse on your sales calls, in your deep work, in improving your product. You lose clarity, you have less focus because your physical state is actually worse. Your body is performing worse. And then what happens? You perform worse, you don't get the close, you don't make progress, you don't learn from your mistakes, and then you have the cycle repeats. You have thoughts on that bad result and it just spirals. And this is how you see people quit business ideas or switch right away, or really give up on themselves and beat themselves up because they're constantly in this sewer cycle. And the thing is, you could be on a huge run, but if you hit this sewer cycle, you're slowly undoing that progress or going into a state of failure. So, what's the opposite of this? That's what this book taught me. It's called the success cycle. This is when you can constructively think your thoughts. Like, you literally construct thoughts you tell yourself, because that's the opposite of the sewer cycle. Instead of having destructive thoughts like I can't do this, or I don't know, this sucks, or whatever it might be, you tell yourself, let's see how well I can record this video. Let's see how well I can show up on this sales call. Let's see how well I can create this campaign. I'm going to do something great here. I have everything it takes to believe in myself and get better at this skill. And when you have those thoughts, when you act in every single action in your business, those thoughts lead to positive emotions of excitement, optimism, curiosity about your wins and your failures, instead of like just binary thinking. And then those emotions lead ultimately to that physical state of more blood flow, open peripheral vision. Like there's literally science that tests this. Your body enters a better state day to day. That's why there's certain days where you just feel like you're in a slump and you're stuck. Your body is not in the right state, and it starts by changing your conscious thoughts. Back to the success cycle, we have the constructive thoughts, memories about the past, present, and the future. We then have positive emotions that serve us, like curiosity, optimism, that allow us to perform at our best. And then we have a better physical state, more blood flow, more peripheral vision that leads to better performances, that leads to a body and a mind that performs at its best. When setbacks occur, when you get an objection from a prospect, when your product gets a review that you need to work on, or when you get a good thing, you're able to enter into that state and have a better performance. And what does a better performance do for you in entrepreneurship? It leads to more sales, it leads to more client testimonials, it leads to more income for you and your future family. It leads to you to have the opportunity to go travel. I'm in Colombia right now with my friends, and it's because I was able to enter the success cycle deliberately every single day. But I was not always like this. I was continuously in that sewer cycle. And then again, the cycle repeats. You have a good performance, and then you have constructive thoughts on that performance. And do you see how you create a loop that ultimately leads you to success? I promise you, bro, on my gap semester, I felt like every single day I was getting more and more and more closer to my goal. Whereas a lot of you guys probably feel like you're stuck, or you're not getting closer to that goal, or you don't know what to do, or your actions aren't leading to the result you want. And even if they're not leading to the result you want, you don't feel like you're making progress. That's the worst feeling. You're so ambitious, but for some reason your work is not making you feel like you're making progress. If you want that feeling of making progress, click the link below. I'm going to transform your mind with a course I made putting this into entrepreneurship, though, because this is actually applied more to like athletes, but I use this for entrepreneurship. It changed the game. I'm going to give you more of the secret hacks. That was just one tool. And I'm going to give you the things that I use specifically for business and entrepreneurship to enter the success cycle every single day. Another thing I want to cover is protecting your confidence. That is so important. The reason why that's so important is because we just learned that you do your best work when you're in a more certain, confident, constructive state, and we can enter that through the success cycle. Now, here's the issue. When you're in that success cycle, there are potential punches that are going to be thrown at you that you need a safeguard to stay in that success cycle. There are going to be people trying to take you into the sewer cycle. And it might even be your own mind trying to take you in the sewer cycle, because our mind is geared for some reason to always think about failure and for a lot of us to self-sabotage. But we can overcome that, and that's going to be the edge factor in our entrepreneurship journey. When you don't self-sabotage, when you continuously make progress, bro, you're going to be a beast. You're going to hit 10K per month and beyond in a shorter amount of time than your friends and other people you see online, because you have the confident mind. You have the mind for it. It's like your mind is almost programmed just to do the right things every single day, and and then feed off them and gain even more energy off every action you take. Even if it doesn't make progress, you somehow flip it into a way that's constructive to you. That's the way you think to become successful in your business. So how do we actually safeguard and prevent ourselves from entering the sewer cycle, whether it's sewer cycle, whether it's other people or our own mind? You need to see your mistakes, your setbacks, and your failures as temporary, non representative of you, and limited to that one specific situation. When you do that, you detach from the mistake and you don't let it to withdraw from your confidence bank account. I need you to think of confidence as a bank account, and the deposits are thinking constructively about the current moment with constructive affirmations like, I speak with conviction to younger mind on this camera. I can't wait to close. When I started my gap semester, I said, I can't wait to close my first client. I can't wait to make 5K per month by my birthday. And you know what's crazy? On my birthday, I hit 5K per month, bro. This shit works, my guy. And I want this for you. I want you to experience the success cycle and these wins daily. If you want literally everything that I used, click the link below. I can't wait to see you win. And let me just finish off that point on the failures. You also need to make sure that you're catching thoughts that are destructive and instantly replacing them with the constructive thoughts to put you in that success cycle again. So for example, let's say you're on a call and it doesn't go well. You didn't close on a sales call. Instead of beating yourself up saying like, fuck man, why if I just figured that out? And then now you're more stressed, and then you enter the next outreach day even worse, and you're lazy and you don't perform. Instead, you say, I'm going to close on the next one. I have even more experience now. I know what not to do. I'm going to learn from that. I'm going to write down what I did well, what I didn't do well, and what I'm going to change next time. And the next call, I'm going to perform 1% better, and I'm going to be one step closer to the close. In fact, I know in that next call, I'm going to close. And then you enter that next call, and I promise you're going to have the confidence to perform at your best, and that's going to maximize the likelihood you do close. And if you don't, you're even better now, and it repeats. And that's how I got my first 6 sales for multiple thousands of dollars in retainers per month for my service delivery. If this resonated with you, bro, if you lack belief in your business and you and your abilities, and you know that's stopping you from your achieving more results in business and reaching your potential, if you feel like you're not playing at your true potential, you're not unleashing your true inner talents in business, your true clarity, execution, your true mind, your mind is probably the biggest thing stopping you right now. We can fix that. So click the link below. I can't wait to see you win. If you want, bro, I highly recommend Read the Confident Mind. And, bro, it's going to change your life how it changed mine. Peace out.